Alright, YouTube, so 13 Days of Friday, Day 4, and I've just watched Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter, or just simply Friday the 13th, the final chapter. It's getting a bit late, it's like 5 o'clock, that's pre-evening time, also it's the autumn for us in the UK. That's in case you're watching in different parts of the world, that is. So, Friday the 13th, the final chapter, written, or at least story by, Bruce Hiddenly Sacco or something. I can't pronounce it right. Directed by Joseph Zito, and also this one, it had Ted White as Jason Voorhees and Corey Feldman as Tommy Jarvis. Now, like I said before, I think of Friday the 13th parts 4, 5 and 6 as the Tommy Jarvis trilogy, because it features Tommy Jarvis as the protagonist in all three. So what happens is it takes straight off from when part 3 ended. It's in the aftermath of part 3. People that are dead are taken to the morgue, including Jason, but Jason isn't dead. Of course he isn't. He's bloody Jason Voorhees. So he's like, he makes his first kill in the morgue with the morgue guy by cutting his head off with the sword and twisting it clean off his shoulders, and he kills the nurse who are about to get down, but then they just stop because the guy kills the mood. So then we cut to like our protagonists, our teenagers and stuff, all going into these houses and cabins, some staying in Tommy Jarvis's house. So yeah, there are some things going round there. Obviously naughty teenness, as usual. Horny teens looking for sex and drugs and a good time, and the surviving virgin. So what happens there is all the cliches happen. The kills, they are, one gets chucked out a window, one gets stabbed in the back of the head from the projector screen, one gets his head smashed in the shower, the girlfriend gets an axe into her chest, just all that stuff, and there's just all that shit that's getting real. So anyway, another one is a guy who's camping. He's actually, his name's Rob, and he's the guy. His sister was in part 2. I forgot her name, but she died, and he's out getting Jason for it. What else am I going to tell you next? Oh yeah, there's also a hitchhiker girl who's eating a banana and gets stabbed in the neck while she's eating the banana and dies. That was just a quick part for her. Earlier on in the film, we also see Jason's mother's tombstone, Pamela Voorhees, 1930 to 1979, even though it was 1980, but look, that's just a big plot hole there. So Jason, he does his usual kills, although this time, seeing as it took straight off from part 3, he has this famous slit in his mask with blood, and then it's like the last 15 minutes of the film is like cat and mouse. Everyone gets killed except for Tommy and his sister. While the sister's fighting off Jason, Tommy shaves his head bald and dresses like a little Jason to confuse him and only to stop him for a moment. He then gets his mask knocked off, and then Tommy slaps the machete into his face, and he falls. And they're hugging in relief, saying that, with him assuming he's dead, Tommy Jarvis hacks Jason to death with the machete even more to ensure that he is really dead. And of course, he is. That's right, Jason actually gets killed at the end of part 4, and that's why it's called the final chapter. But does the series end then? Does it, heck? Because we have another, about another 8 films to go yet before we come to our Friday the 13th special. So Tommy Jarvis, he wins for now. But of course, we think he's going to be fine. But obviously, he doesn't, because we find out in the next sequel what happens to him in Friday the 13th, Part 5. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. I'm going to give this a. Do you know what? I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 because this is one of the best. Because it's considered one of the best sequels in the series, and I think it is. It's a good, a good fourth installment, a good finale for this franchise, even though it hasn't ended from there. So yes, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. It's my personal opinion alone. All these rankings that I've done are just my opinion and mine alone. Okay, and yes, so 13 Days of Friday, Day 4, Friday the 13th, the final chapter vlog review. So, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Also, follow me on social media. I have a Facebook page, please like that. I'm on Twitter, so please follow me on Twitter to see what I get up to when I'm not on YouTube, and also to stay updated on my channel. And, if you've missed any previous vlog reviews, then I'll leave links for them in the description below. Also, please subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you after this one. So, till next time, goodbye, friends.